حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. يسر لنا أمورنا واشرح صدورنا واختم بالصالحات أعمالنا يا رب العالمين. Brothers and sisters, in the last few years, we had the bug in our life. And people were scrambling to all of the juice centers to get the vaccine, to get the immunization. And we also are very eager and determined to also give immunization to our kids. And why is that? Because we believe it might protect them from being sick physically in their body. Although some of these sicknesses, some of them might be lethal, some of them might be very serious, and some of them might be not. But again, we have a lot of iman in that. And we take it very, very seriously. And here's the thing. All of that is the health of the jism, the health of the body. But here's another thing that we don't pay attention to that much, or at least a lot of people don't. And what is it? Is it the immunity of the iman? Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. The immunity of the iman. Does iman have immunity? Does iman have juice? Yes, it does. Iman actually has juice. And what are the two ways to give immunity to our iman? What are the two ways to give immunity to our iman? First is ilm about Allah. The ilm of the aqeedah. You understand what I'm saying? The ilm of the aqeedah. The ilm about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The right way of thinking. The correct structure of thinking. That will give immunity. If you think correctly, if you know how to tackle new ideas that keep coming up every year. You have new trends, new social trends, new thought trends, some new interesting, let's call them mufassirin, keep popping up and giving you all this ajib tafsirs of the Quran. Oh, turns out this ayah means this or means that. They're just making it all up. So if you have ilm, you will have immunity. You will know how to deal with all of these ideas that are coming. And that's what we need to give our children. And also for the adults who have not learned that before. Because this is how Islam teaches us how to use our aql. Use your intellect. And then how to read the Quran properly. Not tajweed. I'm not talking about tajweed. I'm talking about understanding. And how to understand the sunnah properly. And that structure, that mindset will give you immunity with dealing with new trends because you are on a solid foundation. You've went to the gym and you've got your muscles pumped. You can carry 400 pounds. Then someone said, oh, can you help me with these 10 pounds? Oh, easy. I can carry it with one finger. Because you practiced for the 200 or 400 pounds. You can carry 20, you can carry 50, even 100. Easy. First path is giving our children, teaching them. If we don't know, we can take them to the ulama to teach them the Islamic aqeedah. What is the proof for the existence of Allah? With aql. How do you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists? How do you know the Quran is haqq? You see, traditionally, these types of things were swept under the rug. Shh, we don't want to talk about it. Then people will have doubt in their deen. Well, wait till they're exposed to some random stuff, and then you got a problem because you didn't teach them before. Now they don't know how to handle it. This idea comes, oh my God, yeah, that may be right. Yeah, I don't know how to handle this. You see, but if before you practice, yalla, then 50 pounds, yalla, pick it easily. No problem. So first of all, the ilm. The adillah of Allah's existence. The adillah of the nubuwwah of Muhammad. Some random guy can come and throw random story and say, yeah, well, say something about the Prophet ﷺ. And you don't know any better. You say, oh my God. Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. No, it doesn't. You just didn't learn enough to know better. So that's the first path. You have ilm. Because here's the thing. A true deen has nothing to hide. Does it? Does it? If you're innocent, do you worry about talking? I mean, always you should get an attorney because, you know the idea. But in general, if you're innocent, you wouldn't be afraid, right? If you're innocent and a police car passes by, you're fine. But if you've done something, if someone has like a bag of pills in their pocket and police car comes, they start sweating like crazy, like they're in a sauna. Because if they say, hey, come here, let me check. Busted. You see? But when you know you haven't done anything, khalas. You're not worried about it. So same thing. Our deen is strong. We're not scared of explaining it. We're not scared of giving the proofs because we have proofs. You see? But we need to have that mindset that we prepare the youth for that. But now, the other thing. Is it enough? Is it enough to have a solid ilm about Allah, the existence of Allah, about the truthfulness of the Quran, about the nubuwwah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ? Is that enough? And also understanding the world we're living in and the problems of the world and how Islam gives solutions. But is that enough? Is ilm on itself enough? No. What? No, it's not enough. You need, that's a second. Remember I said there's two paths you have to follow to give immunity for the iman of our kids and youth and even ourselves. First, the ilm as-sahih. And second, spiritual experience. You have to have spiritual experience. Like floating in the air? No. You have to have a connection with Allah. Because let me tell you something. Iblis had a lot of ilm, did not benefit him. But spiritual experience and tarbiyah, that's what's going to make you take the right decisions in life. And this is what's going to give you connection with Allah. And if that connection is missing, ilm is not very effective. Because you might know the information, but that might not change your behavior. You might still be arrogant and do whatever your nafs tells you. See what I mean? Now, how do we get spiritual experience? There are many ways. For example, going on Umrah. You go, you experience the place. You see the atmosphere. You go in. You see the qabr of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You feel the presence. You go to Kaaba, you see the Kaaba, you see people tawaf, you see people from all over. That's a profound experience. That's one. Another example for a spiritual experience, majalis dhikr. Yeah. Session where people sit and do dhikr. Yes. Those are very powerful. I've attended many of them when I was younger, out of this world experience, where people do dhikr of Allah, like La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. You're like transferred to another world. Another example of places where you can have spiritual experience, sitting with the salihin. Yeah. Now I might say, I don't know no salihin. Well, you can find them, look for them. I'm telling you, I've sat with some people. Just by sitting with them, you change. They don't have to say anything. They have a hal. You know what hal is? They have a strong presence. The ruh is strong. You sit there, you feel yourself detoxing. Just by being there, you're detoxing. By looking at them, you remember Allah. Oh yeah. By looking at them, you start loving the Prophet ﷺ more. Allah. You see? So again, being with the salihin, that will give you spiritual experience. Being in majalis al-dhikr, that gives spiritual experience. Going to the hajj, going for umrah. You see? And then another example that we can always practice spiritual experience is visualizing and thinking about the ibadat we already do. Huh? We already do salah. Let's think about it deeper. What am I saying in salah? What am I saying? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. What does that mean? Who am I talking to? See? Go deeper in. Visualize what you're saying. You understand what I mean? Another thing. You know how doing this. You know how when, Ramadan in the khatam of Taraweeh, they do khatam al-Quran. You see that, people want to go to this masjid where the imam is like going off with the dua, and people are crying in the masjid, crying like little babies. That's nice. But have you tried crying like a baby when you are by yourself at home between you and Allah? Because here's the thing. They say 3 things are contagious: laughing and crying. And what is the third one? Hiccups. Something like that. So anyways, 2 are very contagious. If you're sitting in a place and you're in a bad mood and everyone's laughing, like after 3 minutes, you're laughing. If you sit in a place and people are crying, you're fine. You just came in, you're chill. But then everyone's crying, you start crying yourself. So is that really genuine? But let's get used to having our own time with Allah. When there's no one to say, mashallah, that brother's dripping with iman. Look how much he's crying. He's crying, Allah, mashallah. No, here you're doing it by yourself, where no one is seeing you. And that's more likely to have sincerity. More likely to have sincerity. I'm going to end with one thing. I'll give you one practical example of how having mindset helps you. Having right mindset and aqidah helps you tackling issues. For example, we know the 6th pillar of Islam is what? أن تؤمن بالقضاء خيره وشره, is believing in destiny. Believing in destiny from Allah. Okay? So qada is believing that Allah knows what's going to happen in the future. And qadar, whatever Allah knows in the future, it happens in the present according to Allah's ilm. Now, if you know that, someone might come and say, tell the kids or anyone, say, oh, wait a minute. If Allah already knows in advance what we're going to do, then what's the point of doing anything? Because Allah has already decided what we're going to do. Then hence, if I'm going to go to hell, I can't help it. If I'm going to go to Jannah, I can't help it. Now, someone who hasn't had background, they heard that. Oh my God, that sounds so legit. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm doomed, I guess. Where's the pack of cigarette? Allah's forcing me to smoke. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. Oh, really? That's how it is? No, dude, hold on. That's not how it works. Then how does it work? Well, it's very simple. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has extensive ilm. His knowledge is unlike ours. He knows what's going to happen in the future. Okay. And he knew that on Monday, 8 o'clock, you're going to pull the packet out of your pocket and smoke a cigarette based on your own choice. And then because he knew in advance what you're going to do, he said, okay, let's write this as part of the plan. He's going to smoke on that day. And it actually happens. But no one forced you. You don't have like malaika holding people, open your mouth, put the cigarette, light it up, you must smoke. Now take a breath. No. You made the choice, so don't blame it on Allah. Don't say, oh, you see, when you have that mindset, when you understand how it works, then if someone brings like a doubt or put in your mind something, says, oh yeah, like we don't have free will. Whoa. No. You made the decision and Allah knew what you're going to make in the future. So He just wrote it as part of the plan. But you made the decision. Very simple analogy, I'll end with this. A teacher in a school, 40 years of experience, 40 years. So then that teacher, he got a new batch of students. After 1 week, he said, yeah, that guy's going to fail. But he said it in his head. He did not tell the person. Because if you go and tell them, you're going to fail, sir, then they'll just say, you know what, I'm not going to try anymore. I'm going to fail anyways. No, he did not say. He kept it inside of him. He said, I think these 3 are going to fail based on their behavior patterns. But he was fair. He taught them. He tutored them. He gave them all of the help they needed. And guess what? At the end of the year, these 3 failed. Can you say that the teacher, knowing that these 3 are going to fail, make them fail? When he did not share the knowledge with them? A crazy person wouldn't say that. You can't say that. Well, it's the same thing. Allah's ilm, Allah's knowledge of what we're going to do is not forcing us to do. We're making the choices. So when you have your mindset corrected on these things, on the qadr, on wujud Allah, existence of Allah, on the nubuwwah of the Prophet ﷺ, you know, people throw things at you. Give me more. I don't care. Because you have immunity. So that's how we have the immunity of the iman. First, have correct ilm. And second of all, have a relationship with Allah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله فاستغفروه فيا فوز المستغفرين. You can get up and pray your sunnah. بارك الله فيكم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have a few announcements. Kindly please pass the donation boxes that's on your left side. Please move it to the right side and donate generously on this beautiful day of Jumu'ah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and bless your health, wealth, and family. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Registration for our winter intensive, which takes place every year during the winter break. That's December 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Registration is open. Inshallah, we will have Mufti Abrar Mirza. We will have Ustad Samir Hussain from Toronto. We will have our local ulama as well. So kindly register for that as soon as possible. We will have programs for adults, youth, sisters, and different activities for the kids and youth, inshallah. We have a student program today after Salatul Isha. All brothers are requested to participate after Salatul Isha. And inshallah, our weekly programs will be continuing. Tomorrow we will have our Team Fajr program with Fajr Salah at 6 a.m. Talk on Tazkiyah, breakfast, and inshallah, sports activities for the brothers. The weekly Bukhari Dars will resume on December 5th, so there will be a 2-week break for that. Our weekly tafsir will be continuing with Surah Anbiya every Tuesday after Salatul Isha. There are a few requests for dua. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Just a short while ago, we received the very sad and unfortunate news of the passing away of the Grand Mufti of Pakistan, the well-known Mufti Rafi Uthmani, rahimahullah, who is the elder brother of Mufti Taqi Uthmani and the son of the well-known Mufti Shafi Uthmani, rahimahumullah. He passed away a short while ago. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him the highest level of Jannatul Firdaus. And we have one of our students, his grandfather passed away, Ibrahim Asif, the Muaddin, his grandfather passed away in Pakistan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus and overlook all his sins. Brother Muhammad Masik and Fadil Masik both passed away. Their daughters are requesting for dua maghfirah for both the parents. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all those that passed away and overlook all their sins, inshallah. Jazakumullahu Khairun.
Akef.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح
لا إله إلا الله سيدنا محمد رسول الله. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونسترشده ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. عباد الله، إخوتي وأخواتي في الله، إننا في هذه الدنيا في دار بلاء وفي دار امتحان، ونحن محاسبون ومؤاخذون على ما نعمل وعلى القرارات التي نتخذ. فلنعد العدة ولنتزود من الدنيا للآخرة، ولنعلم أننا مقبلون على الله للحساب وأننا مسؤولون عما فعلناه وعما اكتسبناه، فلنعد لكل مسألة جوابا. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فيا فوز المستغفرين. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم إنا نسألك وأنت أكرم مسؤول أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة ترضيك وترضيه وترضى بها عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد صلاة تفتح لنا بها أبواب الرضا والتيسير وتغلق بها أبواب الشر والتعسير. أنت مولانا، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. اللهم ارحمنا فإنك بنا راحم، ولا تعذبنا فأنت علينا قادر. اللهم الطف بنا وبالمسلمين فيما جرت به المقادير يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا قويا ثابتا راسخا، ونسألك يقينا صادقا، ونسألك عملا متقبلا، ونسألك شفاء من كل داء. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب، إنك أنت الوهاب، إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تفرج عن المسلمين ما هم فيه من الشدائد والمحن في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم أطعم جائعهم واكسو عريانهم وفك أسر أسيرهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تحفظ المسلمين وشبابهم وبناتهم يا رب العالمين، ومراكزهم ومدارسهم يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا إلى يوم الدين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
استووا استقيموا للصلاة يرحمنا ويرحمكم الله. Make sure to seal in the blanks and straighten the lines. بارك الله فينا وفيكم. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا وقعت الواقعة ليس لوقعتها كاذبة خافضة رافعة إذا رجت الأرض رجا وبست الجبال بسا فكانت هباء منبثا وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثة فأصحاب الميمنة ما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين على سرر موضونة متكئين عليها متقابلين يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون بأكواب وأباريق وكأس من معين لا يصدعون عنها ولا ينزفون وفاكهة مما يتخيرون ولحم طير مما يشتهون وحور عين كأمثال اللؤلؤ المكنون جزاء بما كانوا يعملون لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين في سدر مخضود وطلح منضود وظل ممدود وماء مسكوب وفاكهة كثيرة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة وفرش مرفوعة إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء فجعلناهن أبكارا عربا أترابا لأصحاب اليمين ثلة من الأولين وثلة من الآخرين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. تحية لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليكم أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. غير المغضوب عليهم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله